Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. Well, after a kind of long wait, Netflix has finally released the trailer for Season 2 of Iron Fist, only about 21 days ahead of the release. They also put out this poster, which is admittedly pretty dull looking, as well as this banner, which is much cooler. While there aren't many huge reveals in the trailer for Iron Fist Season 2, we do get a new look at a ton of cool elements from the season, so today I wanted to break those down, cover all of the characters in this, and go over what they could mean for the show. Usually this is the part where I name the song used in the trailer, but in this case, I unfortunately don't know what it is. I can't find any article mentioning it, and when I search the lyrics it doesn't pull anything up, so if you guys recognize it, feel free to let us know in the comments. But in any event, the trailer starts out showing us Danny fulfilling his promise to Daredevil from the end of the Defenders, keeping the streets of New York safe. From what Colleen is saying, it sounds like Danny is, like Daredevil, becoming obsessive about it, and perhaps pushing himself too far. There are two notable things in this first fight. One, the group he's fighting. It's not explicitly said, but I believe this is the Golden Tiger Gang, a group Iron Fist has faced in the comics. When the Iron Fist Twitter account announced the episode titles for Season 2, on the one for Episode 2 titled The City's Not for Burning, it has two tiger heads flanking it, which is what makes me think they're in the season. But the other notable thing is our first look at Danny Rand's sort of costume, which consists of a green hoodie with a yellow face mask. Now, I've been one of the biggest supporters of Danny getting a costume like in the comics, and I still do want that, but honestly, I kind of like this look. I know it's not super comics accurate and all, but it's kind of cool looking to me. It also fixes the whole actor stunt double problem, and allows Iron Fist to have a more ninja look to him, which I think works just fine. Honestly, having a mask like that helps to visually separate him from Daredevil. Obviously, I wouldn't complain if they end up going with a more comics-accurate mask, but I think this is a good substitute, as it is pretty difficult to make it look good on screen in a gritty location like New York. We do see that Iron Fist mask a couple of times throughout the trailer, but it's usually shown being worn during a ceremony between two fighters, and then on the corpse of a previous Iron Fist. I know not many will agree with me on this, but it's just my opinion. After this, though, we begin meeting the villains of this season, the main antagonist, Davos, aka the Steel Serpent. As teased at the end of Season 1, Davos is looking to get revenge on Danny, and has teamed up with Joy Meacham to accomplish this. Joy is briefly shown here, overlooking a group of people training in martial arts being trained by Davos, most likely to work for him. I don't imagine Joy will have a very big role in this season. She's only seen once more later in the trailer with her brother Ward. She appears to be injured, though there's no telling who attacked her and why. We see a couple of glimpses of Kunlun in the trailer, specifically in this flashback showing Davos and Danny competing for the title of the Iron Fist, with Danny ultimately winning. I'm interested to see more of Kunlun, which we've been promised we will in Season 2. Here it looks more regal than I was expecting it to, and at the end it looks like Danny and Davos are reenacting this ceremony in a more gray-looking version of this room in Kunlun, implying that the city isn't doing so well and that we'll finally find out where it is after its disappearance. In the Memories teaser, we see a bit more of this room and some of the people in it at the time, including Lei Kung, the Thunderer, aka Danny's trainer. And then here, I believe this is the UT, who I'm still expecting to be an antagonist this season. There's this shot I mentioned earlier of a deceased Iron Fist. There's no telling who this is exactly, but my guess is that it's Orson Randall, who is assumedly the 1940s Iron Fist shown in Season 1. He's teamed up with Danny a couple times in the comics, but if this is him, it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. But what really interests me here is that this is when we get our first look at Typhoid Mary, who will be a secondary antagonist in Season 2. It's easy to miss, but she's shown walking with Danny through a dark tunnel, assumedly where they find this corpse. However, in the very next clip, she's brutally attacking Danny in a subway. This is most likely due to her multiple personality disorder. Who we see in this shot is likely Mary, her more kind and helpful self, while this is Typhoid Mary, a more violent version of herself. The implication is that Typhoid Mary and Davos will be teaming up at some point in the season, further evidenced by this picture released by Netflix not too long ago. And then there's this scene showing Davos with the steel serpent symbol on his back, apparently stealing the Iron Fist from Dany. This appears to mean that while Davos will have this power, Dany won't, as he's never shown using it while fighting Davos. This is a little disappointing, as, how cool would it be to see two people with Iron Fists battling it out? But I guess they had to cut it down due to budgetary restraints. A lot of people want to see Dany learn to use both of his fists instead of just one, but considering it looks like he will be depowered for a portion of the season, I'm not so sure that will happen. After this, we see our first look at Misty Knight, who will be playing a role in this season. There's no telling how much she'll be here and involved, but she's seen helping a tied-up Colleen escape and fighting a member of, assumedly, the Golden Tiger Gang. Her and Colleen are said to have an awesome subplot this season, and I'm expecting a lot of the stuff with the Tigers and Typhoid Mary will be their territory, while Dany goes against Davos. And really, that's all of the major stuff I noticed from this trailer. Again, this trailer doesn't show much of anything that we didn't already know to be a part of this season, but it's still a good trailer. The song's a nice fit for Iron Fist, and the fight scenes already look a whole lot better than Season 1. This is thanks in part to Iron Fist's new fight coordinator, Clayton Barber, who worked on the Black Panther movie. I definitely think this season will be a huge improvement on the first. Almost every aspect of it looks better. It's clear that the showrunner was much more devoted than him. And I think the fact that it has been confirmed to be 10 episodes instead of 13 will help a lot. I think it having a shorter season will help make the story more streamlined and not force them to repeat things and set up more unnecessary side plots to force the episode count to 13. It's been implied that some episodes of Season 2 will take place mostly in Kunlun, and I'm thinking/hoping that those are the last 3 episodes of Season 2, Citadel on the Edge of Vengeance, War Without End, and A Duel of Iron. I don't know, they just sound like they're set in Kunlun, especially Episode 8. So yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited for September 7th. I'm a big fan of his comics and all of the lore he brings with him, so I'm hoping he'll finally be done justice in Season 2. But yeah, I'd love to hear all of your thoughts on this trailer, as well as what you'd like to see happen in Season 2 of Iron Fist. It was recently revealed that Moon Knight was very nearly in Season 2, but Typhoid Mary was added instead. So what kind of role do you think he would have played? And where would you like to see Moon Knight show up next, since we know now that he's very much on Marvel TV's radar? Let me know all your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
I can't just sit here and do nothing. I have become the thing you never had the strength to be.
History doesn't decide what happens next. We do.
Hey!